केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे, केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
Namaskar, good evening. You're watching the News Hour at 9 and I'm Swati Joshi. The battle for Bengal may have just taken a decisive turn. Union Home Minister Amit Shah today unveiled BJP's Sankalp Patra, invoking Rabindranath Tagore's Where the Mind is Without Fear to frame the party's vision for the state of West Bengal. Launching a direct attack on Mamata Banerjee, Shah described the last 15 years as a period of darkness, claiming an atmosphere of fear now drives the demand for change. Asserting that BJP document reflects commitment to every section of Bengal society, Shah made a big promise: implementation of the Uniform Civil Code within 6 months of coming to power. One law for every citizen, regardless of religion. With barely 2 weeks to polling, the BJP has put identity, law and equality at the center of the contest. And for those calling it an RSS-driven agenda, Shah's counter is unambiguous. UCC is a constitutional commitment.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी शासित कई राज्यों ने कॉमन सिविल कोड, यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड लागू किया है। हम 6 माह के अंदर ही बंगाल के अंदर यूसीसी को लागू कर कर सभी नागरिकों के लिए एक ही कानून बंगाल में हो, वो सुनिश्चित करेंगे।
भारत के हर धर्म के नागरिक के लिए समान कानून हो, वो तुष्टीकरण है, या कोई नागरिक 4 शादी कर पाएगा और कोई नागरिक 1 शादी कर पाएगा, वो तुष्टीकरण है। यूसीसी तुष्टीकरण को समाप्त करता है और यूसीसी की रिकमेंडेशन भारतीय जनता पार्टी की नहीं है, संविधान सभा की है। मगर तुष्टीकरण की राजनीति के कारण इन लोगों ने इतने साल लटका कर रखा है। ममता जी को जो करना है वो करे, यूसीसी लागू हो कर रहेगा।
Now, BJP's move is clearly aimed at consolidating Hindu votes, even as the TMC seeks to rally the drifting minority voters behind it once again. In a state where Muslims constitute nearly 30% of the population and hold the balance in more than 110 of the 294 assembly seats, BJP says it aims to end appeasement that makes implementation of laws selective. But the TMC sees UCC vow as proof of BJP's attempts to communalize the election. To drive home this point, TMC has been citing a sting featuring Humayun Kabir to allege that he was being propped up by the BJP to divide minority votes. Now, while AIMIM has severe ties with Humayun Kabir's party, BJP is denying any role in this political trajectory.
Throughout India, we have seen many states, even in Lok Sabha election also, in many places, Asauddin Owaisi Sahib put candidates and it helped BJP by dividing minority votes. Our party exposed the deal between Humayun Kabir and BJP directly.
हम लोग चाहते हैं मुसलमानों को, दलितों को, पिछड़ों को इंसाफ मिले। उसमें मुसलमानों के बारे में जो बात चल रही थी उसका इन्वेस्टिगेशन का मैटर था। हमें लगा कि नहीं, अलायंस से अलग होना चाहिए, क्योंकि हम जिस समाज के लिए लड़ते हैं उसके दिमाग में कोई शक शुबा नहीं रहे, इसलिए हमने अलग हो गया।
Shah had a clear response to what he called Mamata's manufactured political conspiracy, rubbishing allegations of any links with the man who proposed to build a Babri Masjid in Bengal. Amit Shah said the BJP would rather sit in the opposition for 20 years.
भाई, आप ममता जी की क्षमताओं से अनजान हो। ममता जी ऐसे 2000 वीडियो बना सकती। हुमायूं कबीर और भारतीय जनता पार्टी साउथ पोल नॉर्थ पोल है, कभी हमारा मेल नहीं खा सकता। हम बाबरी मस्जिद बंगाल में बनाने के वाले के साथ बैठने से और 20 साल हम ऑपोजिशन में बैठना पसंद करेंगे।
Now, one thing is for sure, the contest in Bengal is completely polarized. While BJP is playing the UCC card in the hope of consolidating Hindu votes, TMC's hawk eye is on its minority vote bank. Listening to TMC MP Sayoni Ghosh on campaign trail singing, "In my heart is the Kaaba and in my eyes, Medina."
আমার হৃদয় মাঝে কাবা নয়নে মদিনা, আমার হৃদয় মাঝে কাবা নয়নে মদিনা, আমার হৃদয় মাঝে কাবা নয়নে মদিনা। আমার হৃদয় মাঝে কাবা নয়নে মদিনা।
Now, apart from Muslims, Mahilas, the women voters, these are the two vote banks that Mamata Banerjee is banking on, hoping to make inroads into that cluster. BJP today promised 3,000 rupees monthly financial assistance to the women in the state, hoping to negate the popularity of Lakshmi Bhandar scheme. The party that has fielded the mother of RG Kar victim in assembly elections is highlighting how Mamata Banerjee was found wanting on women's safety front.
Especially the girl child, at night time, they should not be allowed to come out in the outside.
और कभी भी हमारे चुने हुए मुख्यमंत्री को ऐसा स्टेटमेंट नहीं देना पड़ेगा कि इतनी देर रात को महिलाओं ने बाहर निकलने की जरूरत क्या है।
But all said and done, Didi is a fighter. In a stinging attack, TMC chief today compared BJP to snakes.
সাপকে বিশ্বাস করতে পারেন, নাগ দেবতা নাগিনী দেবতা, কিন্তু মনে রাখবেন বিজেপিকে বিশ্বাস করবেন না। করলেন আর গেলেন। আসামে মনে আছে এনআরসি করে 19 লক্ষ লোকের নাম বাদ দিয়েছিল, তার মধ্যে 13 লক্ষ ছিল হিন্দু আর 6 লক্ষ ছিল মুসলমান। তাদের ডিটেনশন ক্যাম্পে পাঠানো হয়েছিল।
Well, that brings us to the legitimate question that we are asking tonight. Can uniform civil code prove to be a game changer in Bengal, Khela? Let's take that question across to our guests.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
And tonight on the panel, we're joined by Tuhin Sinha, national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. We have Ishkaran Bhandari, advocate, Supreme Court. Tushar Gupta, political analyst, joins us on the panel. Advocate Nikhil Jain, political analyst. Riju Datta is also with us on the broadcast, national spokesperson of the TMC. And Asif Sohail, political analyst, completes the panel. Good evening to all of you. Let me first go across to Mr. Tuhin Sinha. Tuhin Sinha, all of a sudden, a mention of UCC in West Bengal elections. Is the BJP looking for consolidation of non-minority votes? TMC believes this is not going to benefit the Hindus and this is nothing but the Bharatiya Janata Party, in fact, trying to flare communal tensions in West Bengal.
Well, good evening, Swati. Good evening, everybody. Well, I don't know why you say that it has been a sudden announcement. UCC is an ideological commitment for the BJP. And in the same way that we have been fulfilling all our ideological commitments, whether it was the abrogation of Article 370 or the construction of Ram Mandir, the UCC will be a reality in due course of time. But yes, given the complexities of the issue, given the chicanery which all other parties have resorted to on this particular issue, we have gone for a different approach. We have decided that our state governments will be taking the lead over here, paving the way for a national consensus, and which is why 3 of our state governments have already implemented UCC and all other state governments will be implementing it. Now the point is, in these elections, the fault lines are crystal clear. You know, never has it been so clear. It's a clear battle between bhay and bharosa, fear and trust. And when the fault line is so clear, the TMC defeat is imminent. But look at how tables have turned. You know, it is the TMC which suddenly seems to be crippled with fear of losing, which is why they are resorting to cheap hit jobs.
Okay.
Humayun Kabir is a creation of TMC. He's a mercenary of the TMC. But today they are creating, they are through fake AI videos, they are making it seem that it is VV who has created them. But it only shows that TMC, instead of fighting the BJP on the issues, now we have very clearly, you know, our manifesto is there. There are some 15 very crystal clear points, whether it is the implementation of the 7th Pay Commission.
I'm not saying that UCC is being mentioned all of a sudden by the BJP. Everybody knows about your commitment.
Just 10 more seconds. Okay. Just 10 more seconds. Swati, 10 more seconds. 10 more seconds. Through its work in the last 15 years, TMC has also shown its commitment to 4 particular issues. Number 1, free run to rapists and murderers, free run to illegal migrants, free run to free run to tolabaj and extortionists, which is why today they are in the pathetic spot they are, and they continue to be. They have nothing to show by way of their work or performance in the state.
All right, now allow Riju Datta to come in. So it's Bhai versus Bharosa. The Bhai, according to the BJP, is being created by the TMC in West Bengal, and the Bharosa that they are giving, that it's going to be one law for every citizen and that they do not discriminate on the basis of religion.
My point rebuttal. First of all, Amit Shah ji said UCC will be implemented once we win Bengal within 6 months. So they will not come to power in Bengal in the next 30 years or 40 years. So let's not talk about UCC in Bengal. Let's get away with that now itself. Let's first BJP implement in their own states. We'll talk about Bengal is a far-fetched dream. Second, Humayun Kabir, हम North Pole है, South Pole है, 20 साल हम opposition में बैठेंगे. I am extremely concerned, Ms. Joshi, about the mental health of the Home Minister of this country. Is he suffering from some first or second stage Alzheimer's? Because it is Humayun Kabir that BJP gave a ticket in the Lok Sabha elections. He contested the Lok Sabha elections on a BJP ticket. And now he's saying that he's polls opposite to us. So this is not a Sankalpa Patra, it's a Jumla Patra. All fake lies and fake promises. These 3,000 we will give to women. अरे 2 दिन पहले Rekha Gupta is campaigning in Bengal. You promised to give 2,500 to women of Delhi. You have not even given that money. What happened to Majhi Behan scheme in Maharashtra? Gone for a toss. What happened to Ladli Behna? Gone for a toss. What happened to Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao? CAG flagged 90% of his budget is used for advertisement. So this is their Bharosa scheme. See, in Bengal, Mamata Banerjee's USP is her commitment, is her credibility. So whatever she has promised, we have delivered. Whatever BJP has promised, from 2 crore jobs to bullet trains to smart cities to Pakke Ghar, all lies. So people believe in Mamata Banerjee. Mamata Banerjee is winning again and winning big.
Okay, but Riju Datta, are you also suffering from selective amnesia? Have you forgotten Humayun Kabir किस पार्टी का एमएलए था and who suspended Humayun Kabir?
That is
who by the way has denied the allegations and in turn has blamed the TMC leadership.
No, my logic is very simple. Why is BJP defending Humayun Kabir on this show? I don't understand. And if that is what Humayun Kabir is saying, that it is an AI video, then Humayun Kabir cannot instill faith in his own partner, MIM, who has disowned him. But BJP is fighting for Humayun Kabir.
Where is BJP fighting for Humayun Kabir? BJP is saying we are North Pole and South Pole. We'll choose to sit in the opposition. हम क्यों करेंगे उनके साथ?
इसीलिए उसको टिकट दिया था लोकसभा में.
और आपने क्या सोच के दिया था? Tuhin Sinha, please come in. Yes. Go ahead. Okay, Tuhin wants to come in.
Swati, it seems, I started by saying that Humayun Kabir is a paid mercenary of the TMC, and Riju has only proved it. When he came to BJP, he came from TMC. It is the TMC which makes him do whatever he does. But we have shunned him 7 years back, and we have nothing to do with him. Today, please don't barge in now. Today, people like Humayun Kabir are the modern exponents of the mindset of Babur and Aurangzeb, and BJP will have nothing to do with it. Secondly,
this is not fair. He did not intervene when you were speaking. Please, sir, not fair. Allow him to finish.
Allow me to complete.
Yeah, go ahead.
I cannot control myself.
Yes, have those basic courtesies. The TMC must realize that the BJP is not the Congress party which can cut deals with Bhindranwale, which can cut deals with the SDPI in Karnataka, and which can cut deals with the Jamaat in Kerala. We have certain ethics, and we will never have anything to do with anybody who even dreams or fantasizes about the Babri Masjid.
Okay. All right.
And that is why he was sitting in Amit Shah's lap during the Lok Sabha election.
What kind of a language is that? I mean, come on, Riju Datta.
That is why I was laughing.
There's no need. There's no need. No, one second. Let's stay on the debate. Please, let's stay on the debate. Okay. I don't want the debate to be derailed. I want Tushar Gupta to come in.
In front of Mamata Banerjee, not on.
Okay. All right. Let's focus on the issue at hand. I want Tushar Gupta to come in. Tushar Gupta, is this a smart strategy to mention UCC?
Good evening, Swati. Look, the BJP has been advocating for UCC across the nation and several of their states. Even in Uttarakhand, they were doing that in 2022. So I don't see any change or any unconventional step from the BJP. But if you have to talk about the manifesto strictly, Let's talk about the legacy of the Mamata Banerjee government. Let's compare it with Gujarat, because all the political attacks somehow from West Bengal are directed towards Gujarat, two coastal states, East and West. What is the per capita income of West Bengal? Half of Gujarat. What is the GSDP of West Bengal? 50% less than Gujarat. What is the GST revenue of West Bengal? 50% less than Gujarat. Even Odisha and Assam in the last 10 years have caught up with West Bengal when it comes to per capita income. If I talk about capex, West Bengal is spending less than several Himalayan states. If I talk about debt, West Bengal, right along with Kerala and Punjab, the state I come from, have high debt to GSDP ratio, and the industrialization is nowhere in sight. At the end of the day, the chief minister will be judged by the legacy. And if the states around her are growing faster than her own state, there are questions that need to be asked. Everything in Bengal elections cannot only boil down to the Bengali identity. The people who vote for the BJP are as much Bengali as the ones who vote for the TMC. But at the end of the day, what is the TMC's plan to actually make the state a 40 lakh crore economy as they're promising? For the last 20 years, they've done absolutely nothing. While Assam, a landlocked state, and Odisha, a state that has several legacy issues from natural disasters to climate to tribal issues, they are catching up with West Bengal. Forget Gujarat or Haryana or Tamil Nadu. So somewhere something is missing. On this election, the people will finally understand that economic growth is also an important issue, and that is where the TMC is appearing
You're
very
saying everything
rapidly.
is not about identity politics, and Chief Minister will be judged by the work that they've done. I believe Riju Datta is already he's already ready with his set of facts. Go ahead.
My simple answer is this: that Tushar threw some numbers which are not wrong. I'm not going to say that they are wrong, but the thing is, when BJP comes and takes out a Jumla Patra and Pradhan Mantri from pillar to post is talking about the people of Bengal, if they are so bothered about the people of Bengal, why don't you release the rightful dues of the people of Bengal, which is around 2 lakh crores? They are not TMC's money. They are people's money. Manrega funds, Awas funds, NRHM funds, Jal Jeevan Mission funds. Bengal is a part of India and it is a part of a federal structure. So let union government do their job and then we will talk about the numbers. Now, आप Bengal electorally जीत नहीं सकते. That is why you are going to starve the people of Bengal and then you will ask for votes. The people on this panel, unfortunately or fortunately, are not voters in Bengal. The voters in Bengal will speak on 4th of May, and 4th of May on this Times Now debate. I will ask
So your counter to that, your counter to the facts given by Tushar Gupta, you agree with that, but you're saying centre is responsible for this?
Because centre has stopped all the rightful dues. 2 lakh crores, Ms. Joshi, 2 lakh crores. How will an economy of a state grow? Then should the state stop giving GST to the centre?
The centre has a completely different story to say. Centre has a completely different version of it.
Centre will say...
Tushar Gupta wants to counter you before I take it across to other guests.
The GST was rolled out in 2017. Compensations were given to the states until 2022. But in 2026, Riju Datta of the TMC will make an issue about compensation and how it hampers the economy of West Bengal. Mamata Banerjee was elected as the chief minister in 2011 before Narendra Modi became the prime minister. She's the chief minister right now. Everything cannot be about Narendra Modi. Some accountability also has to be about Mamata Banerjee and what really she has done about the state economy. You have Assam and Odisha now marching ahead of you. Please think about it.
Okay, all right. Let me go across to Asif Sohail. Asif Sohail, ये आरोप बीजेपी पर ममता बनर्जी ने लगाया कि कम्युनल टेंशन्स को केवल बढ़ाने का काम बीजेपी कर रही है, उनको सिर्फ हिंदू वोट बैंक से मतलब है और कई तरह की बातें बीजेपी की पॉलिटिक्स को लेके कही जाती रही हैं. तो फिर सयोनी घोष जो कह रही हैं उसको आप कैसे डिस्क्राइब करेंगे? सयोनी घोष को जहां लोगों से मिल रही हैं, रैली कर रही हैं, उनको ये बोलने की जरूरत क्यों पड़ जाती है कि मेरे दिल में काबा है, मेरी नजरों में, मेरी आंखों में मदीना? व्हाई इज शी मेकिंग इट अबाउट दैट?
स्वाति, देखिए उसमें कोई बुरी बात नहीं है अगर वो बोल रही है. देखिए भाजपा तो हमेशा बोलते आती है ना. देखिए चुनाव वहां के डेवलपमेंट पे किया ना चाहिए, ना पोलराइज करने दे. रही बात, देखिए अब आप बंगाल के अंदर अब असदुद्दीन अवैसी को हमेशा हिंदुस्तान में भारतीय जनता पार्टी की बी टीम का बताई जाती थी. आज उन्होंने क्लियरली बता दिया है कि वो इंडिया की टीम है, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को सपोर्ट करेंगे और जो सो सेक्युलरिज्म को जो सो बचाने की कोशिश करेंगे. देखिए हुमायूं बाबर से जब ने अलायंस खत्म कर लिया है, भाजपा और हुमायूं बाबर मिलकर जो 1000 करोड़ की डील करे थे, मुसलमानों को बेवकूफ बना रहे थे बंगाल के अंदर बाबरी मस्जिद के नाम पर. देखिए मैडम, उसके ऊपर वो नहीं बोल रहे हैं। अगर आप एक जो सो नाक पड़ी जा रही है,
वो तो डिनाई कर रहे हैं एलिगेशंस को।
आप 1000 करोड़,
वो तो इनकार कर रहे हैं इन बातों से, वो तो इनकार कर रहे हैं इन बातों से।
मैडम डिनाई तो करेंगे ना आप। देखिए देखिए मैडम, उनके ऊपर जब बात होती है स्टिंग ऑपरेशन के ऊपर 1000 करोड़ की बीजेपी के साथ डील, तो वो एलिगेशन हो गया।
हाँ।
जब असदुद्दीन अवैसी हिंदुस्तान में चुनाव लड़ते हैं,
हाँ।
तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी की बी टीम कैसे हो गई मैडम, बताइए।
तो एक बात बताइए, आप लोगों के मैदान में उतरने से, अब आप मैदान में उतर गए, एक मिनट, अब आप मैदान में उतर गए, ठीक है, और एक अलायंस जो AIMIM और हुमायूं कबीर की पार्टी के बीच में था वो भी अब टूट गया है। सबसे ज्यादा ये डेंट किसको करेगा?
मैडम डेंट देखिए तो वहां पर लोगों को बहुत तकलीफ में है। देखिए बंगाल के अंदर 30% मुसलमान रहते हैं।
हाँ।
मैडम देखिए उनको डेवलपमेंट का इश्यू है, उनको देखिए पढ़ाई का है। हाँ। उनको नौकरियों का इश्यू है। इसीलिए देखिए बंगाल तक पहुंचने की वजह क्या थी असदुद्दीन अवैसी की? बंगाल के लोग वहां तक पहुंचे हैदराबाद को।
नहीं, कौन डेवलपमेंट नहीं होने दे रहा है?
आप लड़िए,
मुसलमानों का डेवलपमेंट कौन नहीं होने दे रहा है बंगाल में?
मैडम देखिए भाजपा का एक तो सिंगल एजेंडा है ना मैडम। कल का
अरे भाजपा की सरकार है क्या पश्चिम बंगाल में?
लगे हैं कि वहां पे बात नहीं मैडम। अरे मैडम देखिए वो तो कंट्रोल कर रहे। सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट के क्या फंड्स दिए गए मुझे बताइए आप बंगाल के अंदर, आप बताइए ना, उसके अंदर आपके पास प्रूफ है तो बताइए मैडम। आप समझने की
सुनिए, मेरी बात सुनिए। आप कह रहे हैं कि 30% आबादी है पश्चिम बंगाल की, आपने कहा 30% मुसलमानों की आबादी पश्चिम बंगाल में, आपने कहा आप वेस्ट बंगाल का आंकड़ा दे रहे हैं, फिर आप कह रहे हैं कि उनका डेवलपमेंट नहीं हो पा रहा है, उनके एजुकेशन की बात आप कर रहे हैं। तो वहां वेस्ट बंगाल में सरकार ममता बनर्जी की है, वहां बीजेपी को आप कोस रहे हैं।
मैडम देखिए सेंटर और स्टेट का एक गठबंधन होना चाहिए, एक कोई स्टेट को डेवलपमेंट के लिए। हाँ। स्टेट के जो रिसोर्सेस है उन्होंने इस्तेमाल करिए, बट सेंट्रल फंड्स क्यों नहीं आ रहा? मैडम देखिए हिंदुस्तान भर में देखिए, ना बल्कि बंगाल में, हाँ। मुसलमानों के साथ नाइंसाफी की जाती है, दलितों के साथ की जाती है, सबके साथ की जा रही है। क्यों? हाँ। सिर्फ एक ही देखिए उनका मजहब उनको तकलीफ दे रहा है। देखिए आप अगर मुल्क के प्राइम मिनिस्टर है, वो भारतीय जनता पार्टी के प्राइम मिनिस्टर नहीं है।
हाँ। कहां से कहां बात ले जा रहे हैं? मैं आपसे, क्योंकि पश्चिम बंगाल में चुनाव होने वाले हैं साहब, इसीलिए पश्चिम बंगाल की मैं बात आपसे कर रही हूँ। आंकड़ा आप पश्चिम बंगाल का देते हैं, उसके बाद आप सब्जेक्ट चेंज कर देते हैं, गोल पोस्ट आप चेंज कर देते हैं।
की बात कर रहा हूँ, नहीं कर रहा। आपको तकलीफ क्या हो रही है? मैं बंगाल के मुसलमानों के लिए और दलितों के लिए बात कर रहा हूँ, उसकी हाँ। तकलीफ हो रही है?
बिल्कुल तकलीफ नहीं है, बिल्कुल तकलीफ नहीं, किसी के लिए भी नहीं, एक सेकंड, बिल्कुल तकलीफ नहीं है। लेकिन मुझे लगता है रिजू दत्ता को थोड़ी तकलीफ जरूर है, वो आना चाहते हैं। नहीं, रिजू दत्ता को थोड़ी तकलीफ जरूर हो रही है, वो कुछ कहना चाहते हैं। अगर आप सुन लें एक बार, आसिफ सोहेल, रिजू दत्ता, 1 सेकेंड, आसिफ सोहेल, रिजू दत्ता भी अपनी बात रखना चाह रहे हैं। सुनिए तो डिबेट ऐसे ही तो होगी। प्लीज सुनिए, please.
But Miss Joshi, I have a bone to pick with you, not with Asif Sohel. When Times Now and Miss Joshi says, why is Shayoni Ghosh singing this Doha? This is a Doha that she is singing on the stage, and you are painting her as appeasement of Muslims. On your show at 9 p.m. in Navika Kumar's show, there are BJP national spokespersons like Gaurav Bhatia or Sanju Verma who have given a lot of shairis in the past. So that is Muslim appeasement. I think this is very unfortunate to paint her in this picture.
No, 1 second. Riju Datta, what was Shayoni Ghosh doing there?
She was campaigning, so?
Yes, she was campaigning.
Yes,
she was campaigning. Absolutely, she was campaigning. When Jai Shri Ram chants are raised, that is appeasing a particular community, that is flaring communal tension, all sorts of allegations are leveled. Why she only... One second.
Yes,
No, Riju Datta, she was campaigning. She was seeking votes, isn't it?
Yeah,
as a leader seeking votes of everyone, I believe.
Can I give you an answer?
As a leader seeking votes of everyone, I believe.
Anurag Thakur in his recent campaign used shairi. So is that Muslim appeasement?
Shairi?
In his campaign trail.
No, 1 second.
शायरी और दोहा बोलने से मुस्लिम अपीसमेंट हो जाता है?
ये शायरी और दोहा बोलने की बात नहीं है। आप वोट लेने जा रहे हैं लोगों का एज अ रिप्रेजेंटेटिव, लोगों के पब्लिक रिप्रेजेंटेटिव आप बनना चाह रहे हैं, और आपका पूरा फोकस केवल एक ही कम्युनिटी पर क्यों है? ये एलिगेशन है. Tushar, I know you want to comment, but Ishkaran hasn't spoken. I quickly want to go across Ishkaran for that, and then you can come in, Tushar. Ishkaran, go ahead.
Yes. See, there are 2 points. Firstly, if somebody mocks Hinduism, and then praises certain other religions and seeks votes on that ground, of course people will raise questions. But let's come to the debate. The first thing is UCC. What is the big deal about it? BJP has been talking about Article 370, Ram Mandir, UCC for 30-40 years. And the only criticism which could be there would be there that you have done Article 370, you have contributed to Ram Mandir, but why has UCC not been implemented fully? Triple Talaq, there has been some movement on that. Some states have brought UCC, but to suddenly say BJP is talking UCC is trying to communalize the election, that has been a long-standing agenda, and BJP has won election after election because people wanted to fulfill its agenda. Now let's come to the second part. Why today we are so suddenly, and in this I blame the media as well as political parties, where we consider Muslims to be a monolithic vote block, but Hindus you have to divide them into every possible caste. Whereas the reality is what is happening in Iran. What is happening Iran versus Saudi Arabia versus Pakistan versus a field marshal saying Shias go to Iran if you want to. There is a clear divide between Sunni and Shias. There is a clear divide between let's say Pasmanda Muslims and others. But we will never discuss that. We will present it as some unity which has to be respected at all times. Whereas Hindus, you have nth number of opinion pieces deciding how one caste is voting versus some other caste is voting. This is all the bubble which is created. There is no harm if Muslims decide to vote for TMC or any other party. Similarly, there is no harm if majority of Hindus decide to vote for BJP. How does that become communal? Whereas if 80-90% Muslims vote for any one political party, that is somehow secular. How is that not communal? How do these definitions survive without a fact check? If 80-90% of Muslims vote for a party, then that party is appealing to the vote on grounds which satisfy that 80-90%. That is communal. Whereas BJP has never got 80-90% of Hindu vote. So let's be very clear on what we are arguing and debating on. And let's not have these pretenses that asking for Hindu votes is communal, asking for Muslim votes is secular.
Nikhil Jain. Nikhil Jain.
Swati, so this entire cabal and canard about the UCC being implemented in West Bengal, like Ishudatta already mentioned, the BJP will never get that chance because the people of Bengal are not going to choose a party, a leader who calls a sitting woman chief minister snake, a party that calls a sitting member of parliament, woman member of parliament as Nagarvadhu, a party whose sitting chief minister Hemanta Biswa Sarma calls another one a word that I don't think is right to use on your show. It starts with G. A party that has no idea on how India is an inclusive country. They talk about the UCC and quote the constitution for it, but let's look at the kind of UCC that they're bringing across other states. In Uttarakhand and the other states that you have the UCC that the BJP brought in, live-in couples are supposed to register with the government, and if they don't register with the government, they will be jailed. So register karo sarkar ke saath taki Bajrang Dal wale aaye, tumhe mare, ya fir tum jao jail. That is the kind of UCC they're talking about. And Tushar raised an important point about the economic development of different states, and he compared West Bengal with Gujarat. Now let me tell him something interesting. When you look at GDP per capita of the large states in India, you know the bottom 5 states. Which are the bottom 5 states? The bottom 5 states are Odisha, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Assam, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar. These are all states, and most of these states are those where the BJP has ruled for decades. But if you look at the top 5, you have Telangana, Karnataka, Haryana, Tamil Nadu and Gujarat. These are states where in 2 the BJP has never come to power, and in the others except Gujarat, the BJP
बस एक बात बताइए, कांग्रेस की सरकार कब बनेगी पश्चिम बंगाल में?
The BJP is a state, it is doomed for that.
कांग्रेस की सरकार कब बनेगी पश्चिम बंगाल में? Since you spoke about statements, have you forgotten गुजरातीज को इलिटरेट्स बोलने के बाद माफी मांगनी पड़ी थी, और ये भी कहा गया था कि अगर आप नमाज भी ऑफर कर रहे हो, और अगर आपको बीजेपी आरएसएस के लोग मिल जाए, आई डोंट वांट टू रिपीट, आई एम श्योर यू नो हु सेड दैट. क्या इस पार्टी को मौका मिलेगा पश्चिम बंगाल में?
स्वाति, you are a very fair anchor.
नहीं, इस पार्टी को मौका मिलेगा पश्चिम बंगाल में?
You are a very fair anchor, so I'm not going to assume. I am going to assume that you are perhaps ill-informed on that. Mallikarjun Kharge, the Congress president, said that the BJP can fool illiterate people in Gujarat and other parts of the country. They can't fool the people of Kerala. That is nowhere saying that everybody voting for the BJP is illiterate. That is nowhere saying that every Gujarati.
That is your interpretation. That is your interpretation. What about the statement when he said even if you are offering namaz, and he mentioned RSS and BJP people, उसमें भी आप कोई नया interpretation निकालेंगे निखिल जैन? उसमें भी आपका कोई अलग interpretation है? उसमें भी आपका कोई अलग इंटरप्रिटेशन है तुषार गुप्ता?
Swati, firstly, I want to offer a fact check to the viewers of Times Now. The devolution, the share of West Bengal in devolution, in the center's devolution, is 1.06 lakh crore, almost 11%. And they receive 37,000 crore in other grants. Together, that makes up for 50% of their receipts in a fiscal year. So when Riju Datta and Asif Sohail say that the center is not giving Bengal money, they're absolutely lying. They get 1.44 lakh in tax devolution and grants from the center. Number two, Nikhil Jain here says that the top 5 states are Haryana, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, and says BJP has not ruled in any of them. Haryana has a BJP government for 3 terms. Gujarat has for far more number of terms, and he doesn't even know while reading from a script which has been supplied by the Congress party, which party has which state. And let's talk about Congress in Bengal. Why is he ashamed about talking of Congress in Bengal? Where is the Congress in Bengal? Today, the people in Delhi, people in Gujarat, people in Madhya Pradesh, people in Maharashtra, people in Tamil Nadu are rejecting the politics of the Congress because they have absolutely nothing to offer. Their economic model resembles that of the communists, and their political model is catered to only one and one community. That is what the Congress is. And here they are defending the TMC because they themselves do not stand a chance in West Bengal.
Okay, Nikhil, come in.
See, Tushar Gupta.
No, Nikhil, then Riju Datta.
Tushar is actually hearing what other panelists are speaking, or is he just wanting to read from a script? I never said that in the top 5 the BJP has never ruled. I said in the top 5, the top state is the one where the BJP has not ruled. There are 2 states where the BJP has never ruled, and there is a single state where the BJP is a dominant force. Gujarat is the only one of the top 5 big states of India by GDP per capita, where the BJP is a dominant force.
Talk about Haryana. Talk about Haryana. Why don't you
BJP won power, and
I'll
talk about Haryana. Arey bhai, I'll talk about Haryana if you allow me to speak.
Where is the Congress in Maharashtra? Where is it in Haryana? Where is it in Gujarat?
Okay, one by one.
What is wrong with Tushar? Talk about this.
Okay, Nikhil, then Riju Datta. Okay, one second, Nikhil. Yes, go ahead.
Let me speak. In 2014, the BJP had never come to power in Haryana, and Haryana was the state with the highest GDP per capita of the big states. Now it is at number 3. You started with number 1, you brought it down to number 3.
We are talking about the West Bengal economy, but you want to poke in your nose, defend the TMC because you have absolutely no standing in
Maharashtra.
Where is the Congress in Maharashtra?
Okay, all right, gentlemen, one second. Riju Datta and then Tuhin Sinha. Riju Datta, go ahead, please.
Thank you. It is very sly of some people quoting numbers and moving away from the actual numbers. Look, West Bengal is a state in the Union of India and it's based on a federal structure. When you talk about tax devolution, the tax which is collected by the union government from the state of West Bengal, it is part of the federal structure that you will get. West Bengal will be part of the tax devolution. But there are other heads of accounts where there is money which the union government is bound to pay the state government, like Manrega funds. It is constitutionally bound, like Awas Yojana funds, Jal Jeevan funds, NRHF funds. So these funds which the union government is supposed to pay the Bengal for the people of Bengal, not Trinamool Congress, is amount to 2 lakh.
It's interesting that all these debates about all these debates on how a state is doing, the economic indicators. One second, they are all these points are raised during debates. When you do a election campaign, it unfortunately all boils down to snakes. And according to Mamata Banerjee, Tuhin Sinha, snake के ऊपर भरोसा कर लीजिएगा एक बार, लेकिन बीजेपी पर बिल्कुल मत करिएगा.
Swati, I need to address the Kaaba and Medina issue. Honestly, I don't know why you're so upset about Sayoni Ghosh singing about Kaaba and Medina, because, throughout, because that's a prerequisite for the TMC. To join the TMC, all of them do that. Some do it behind closed doors, some are doing it openly. But I would find I am more outraged by the series of disgusting comments which both left parties, both TMC and the Congress party has made in the last 3 weeks. Do you remember Mahua Moitra telling an audience that if you don't vote for us, you are not a true Bengali? Look at the sense of entitlement. I would be more outraged with Mamata Banerjee telling a majority crowd that tomorrow I am not there, a certain community will go after you, then don't blame me. And throughout the election, Mamata Banerjee has been giving threats to BJP workers. You wait till 4th May and see what I do. Is this the way a ruling party in a state behaves? And when it comes to Congress party, of course, there are three things which stand out about the Congress campaign in the last 3 weeks in the other states. Number one, the criminal act of forgery by Pawan Khera to defame not the CM, but the wife of Assam's CM, who is not even in politics. Number two, Kharge speaking the language of an extremist or a terror group, invoking people on the path of violence. And number three, again, Kharge demeaning people of Gujarat. Is this how they plan to take on BJP, which is consistently only and only talking about performance and issues? And then they will blame the election commission? Honestly,
Riju Datta, I have to also go across to Asif Sohail. Riju Datta, quick rebuttal.
I'll just giving you
one quick rebuttal. If singing a doha is Shionese,
then let him come on.
You talk too much here. You talk very slowly. Wait now.
In the remaining
If singing a doha is Shionese prerequisite for TMC, what is the prerequisite of Narendra Modi when he went to Pakistan to have biryani uninvited? Why did Narendra Modi go to Pakistan to Sina to have biryani uninvited? What was that prerequisite for? What was that prerequisite for? Why did Narendra Modi go to Pakistan to have biryani? Why Pakistan के पैसे लेने गए थे या पाकिस्तान में क्या करने गए थे? What did Narendra Modi do in Pakistan?
Okay, all right. I want Asif Sohail to come in. Okay, one second. I want Asif Sohail to come in. Asif Sohail, थोड़ी देर पहले आप पश्चिम बंगाल में मुसलमानों की स्थिति की बात कर रहे थे. मेरा आपसे एक सवाल है कि क्यों असदुद्दीन ओवैसी कहते हैं कि ममता बनर्जी ने कुछ नहीं किया मुसलमानों के लिए पश्चिम बंगाल में. आपने बीजेपी को जो खरी खोटी सुनाई, बीजेपी उसका जवाब देगी, लेकिन ओवैसी जो है वो लगातार ममता बनर्जी को टारगेट क्यों कर रहे हैं?
मैडम देखिए, टारगेट कोई पर्सनल टारगेट नहीं है मैडम. टारगेट किया जा रहा है इसलिए कि वहां पे मुसलमान भी परेशान है, दलित भी परेशान है. देखिए दूसरे भी लोग परेशान है, हर मजहब के लोग. का हिंदू मुसलमान की बात नहीं हो रही है.
अरे हिंदू मुसलमान की बात आपने शुरू की. ओवैसी कह रहे हैं कि नहीं, आपने शुरू की इस बात नहीं, एक सेकंड. जो फिगर आपने साइट किया सर कि 30% मुसलमान पश्चिम बंगाल में रहते हैं, तो आप ही ने तो सबसे पहले शुरुआत की ना, मुसलमानों का जिक्र आपने किया. असदुद्दीन ओवैसी कहते हैं कि ममता बनर्जी ने मुसलमानों के लिए कुछ नहीं किया. एक सीधा सा सवाल मैं आपसे पूछ रही हूँ.
मैं वही पूछ रहा हूं ना मैं आपको. देखिए मैडम, जो तकलीफ में है वो बता रहा हूं. जो लोग है, जो मजहब के लोग हैं, जो कम्युनिटी है आज जो तकलीफ में है, इसीलिए मैं उनको बता रहा हूं मैडम. देखिए आप गलत उसमें मत जाइए कि कोई ममता बनर्जी को टारगेट नहीं किया जा रहा है. वहां के इश्यूज पे टारगेट किया जा रहा है. जब वहां की चीफ मिनिस्टर वो है तो वो रिस्पॉन्सिबल.
मैं अलग ट्रैक पे जा ही नहीं रही हूँ. मैं सिर्फ उतना कह रही हूँ जितना ओवैसी जी ने कहा है.
क्या काम करती है मैडम?
नहीं, ओवैसी जी ने जो कहा है सिर्फ उतना ही मैं साइट कर रही हूँ. मैं कोई ट्रैक नहीं बदल रही.
मैडम देखिए, पोलराइज करने का काम, टारगेट पॉलिटिक्स करने का काम भाजपा का होता है.
ठीक है.
देखिए कोई दूसरे पार्टियों का नहीं होता है.
हाँ.
मैं एक एज ए हिंदुस्तानी आपको मैं बता रहा हूं कि आज हिंदुस्तान में परेशान है, तो उसके लिए बराबर रीजनल पार्टीज को आना पड़ेगा. हर स्टेट में आना पड़ेगा, ना बल्कि
तो फिर असदुद्दीन ओवैसी
पार्टीज को भी,
असदुद्दीन ओवैसी को सभी पार्टियों को करना पड़ेगा. असदुद्दीन ओवैसी को सभी पार्टियों को टारगेट करना चाहिए. वो ममता बनर्जी का नाम क्यों लेते हैं? इतना सा जवाब आप दे नहीं पाए. आप इतना सा जवाब नहीं दे पाए. मैं चाहती हूं इश्करण भंडारी के पास जाना. एक सेकंड. आसिफ सोहेल, मैंने आपसे कई बार सवाल पूछा, आपने जवाब नहीं दिया. आई वांट टू गो अक्रॉस टू इश्करण भंडारी. ना वेरी सिंपल क्वेश्चन. Who really benefits here with this breakup between the AIMIM and Humayun Kabir's party? Who benefits with Humayun Kabir's credibility being questioned and at stake?
Swati, Mr. Asif was saying that people call Mr. Owaisi's parties as BJP, Team B, Part B, BJP. BJP has never said that. Which are the parties which have called Mr. Owaisi as BJP's Team B? Why don't they attack those parties? Why don't they attack TMC? Why don't they attack Congress? The parties which call them names. BJP openly says we have a Vichardhara which is very opposite to AIM. They contest elections. They can contest anywhere. But see the beauty on your debate. They say we are called BJP's Team B, but they will not attack people who are attacking them. That is the test. That is the reality. That is the reason where you understand on whose base they are working or what their agenda is. If you are going to West Bengal, you will attack the ruling party. Why don't you attack the ruling party? Any state you go in, you will attack the party in power because you want to come into power.
Okay.
Why will
All
you
right.
attack
But
the
there was
party
a competition in
But
Kerala as well
because you
on
can't
who's
do
the
that.
B team of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Gentlemen, do stay on with us. We've heard our panelists. Let's take a look at how people have voted, what people think about this entire issue. So BJP vows UCC in 6 months for Bengal. Can this be BJP's winning card? 83% people have voted yes, while 13% have voted no, and 4% have not been able to make up their mind. Now, Tuhin Sinha, Ishkaran Bhandari, Nikhil Jain will continue to be with us for debate number 2. I'm thanking the others. Thank you very much for joining us on debate number 1.